What's going on, YouTube? This is Grant. This is kind of a new thing for me. I've never done a vlog, but today we're going to start looking at a 2011 535i that I have here, looking at some possible updates and trying to see if I can take you guys along for the ride. So if you kind of see here, the 535 is here behind me. Got it up on jack stands at the moment. Going to do a little bit of work to it, just kind of some minor cosmetic updates at the moment, and kind of see how it comes out. So some of the cosmetic things that we kind of have planned right now, we're going to just paint some wheels, possibly paint calipers as well, and then some just plans down the road. We might look at doing an instrument cluster swap out. This is a 2011, so we might go with the 6AB, I believe it is. And just some other kind of minor things at the moment. This is a car that I picked up at Copart. This is probably about my 4th or 5th car that I've got at Copart. Like to pick up cars and do some repairs and flip them if I can, but I've held on to a few of them here lately. But it's a fun car to drive, 535i. Again, a lot of fun. I will see about possibly even posting some updates when it comes to DIYs and anything that's out there. I've got a Beamer code, so we've done a little bit of coding on it. Thinking about in the future possibly getting into MHD or boot mode. Kind of depends on what the budget allows, as well as like to see a charge pipe, down pipe, intercooler, an intake swap on it. So yeah, so when it comes to the channel, guys, just comment down below. Let me know what you guys might like to see. I know that there's plenty of videos out there that show you how to paint wheels and paint calipers, so I won't bore you guys with all of the updates there, but like I said, I'll show you a finished product here, as well as do have a few other small pieces that will be coming in the mail in the next couple of days, and we'll kind of see what we think and try to keep modding if we can. Okay, we're gonna do some double duty here. I've got the wheels cleaned up, got all the dust off of them from the sanding that I did last night. So we're gonna go ahead and start spraying the inside barrels on these bad boys. And while those are drying, I'll spend some time trying to mask up where we're going to paint on the calipers. So of course, this isn't the first time I've ever painted wheels or calipers, as you can see by my cool plastic that's all over the place. So we get to reuse that from time to time. But yeah, hopefully this thing's gonna come out looking clean. Let me know what you guys think. All right, well, I'm not sure what happened with my prep work, but you can notice here that this paint did not lay down properly. So as you can imagine, I started to paint. I kind of saw that there were spots that weren't laying down. This was after, I mean, I probably spent an hour out here sanding the wheels down, trying to make sure that they had a good surface to adhere to. Use some alcohol to clean them up before laying it down. So I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong in this go around. Again, not the first set of wheels I've ever painted. But looks like tomorrow I get to sand them back down and try another go at it. So, man, not really happy with that right now, but this is where we're at, and so I figure I'd keep you guys up to date. Okay, today's a new day. Let's let the mods continue. We're gonna finish up with the little minor upgrades we're talking about doing on the 535i. I finally figured out what was going on the tires. The finish actually looks, on the wheels and tires, the finish looks good now. We were having issues using cheap paint. So we'll give you a quick view of that for you to inspect, and then we're gonna move on to doing some of those other updates. So there's one of the wheels now finished up, completely painted black. Again, the issue that we were running into, apparently with Rust-Oleum paint, it doesn't have the normal coating times. I'm used to spraying, having to wait 10 to 15 minutes between coats before we lay down another coat. That was not the case with this cheap paint. You couldn't take more than 5 minutes between coats, or we started getting that bubbling action that we had last time. So that's all fixed up now. On to the 535i. Okay, so to show you guys some of the small upgrades that we actually got in the mail, one of them are the grille inserts, just the BMW M Sport color grille inserts that will go on the front of the grille. So think that's gonna come away looking real nice. And the other one is actually, we'll look at it real quick. There we go, blacked out markers. So I'm not sure if, well, I haven't really discussed it much on this channel yet, but this BMW, when I picked it up, the front end was damaged. Again, I like to pick up cars at Copart. This one, the front end was damaged. This front fender was gone. So was one of the lower control arms. Had to replace tie rod link there. And I'll see if I can't find some videos where I can not the videos, but maybe some still shots to include here. But what you notice here is that marker, when I picked it up, that marker was broken. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that today, as well as on the other side, give it that little smoked out look. And I'll post some pictures of it here shortly. Okay, so for those that have not done this before, this is not actually all that difficult of a job. I'm gonna just show you a quick how-to on this. Basically, you're just gonna get in here. You've got to remove, of course, some of the bolts from this fender liner. And we'll do that now. It's come out pretty easy. And this will give you access to the back side where this reflector is. So once those 3 bolts are out, I actually believe I have enough wiggle room here where I can play with this. Yeah, especially with this kind of in the way. Okay, yeah, gives me the wiggle room that I need. So what we're gonna do here now is we're gonna warm up this section of the fender with a heat gun and see if we can't get that to pop out. So let me grab my heat gun now. Of course, we don't want to get it too hot. We don't want to mess up our paint. So we might try that and see where we're at. Basically, we're just trying to get that adhesiveness to come off on the back side. We can get that to fall off. Oh, that can do the trick, so we'll go a little bit more. Again, this might take a few tries. I want to make sure, first of all, we protect that paint. So I can hear it. I can hear it releasing down here at the bottom. There we go. There we go. And that is out. Okay. Pull that, and that's what it looks like. Just that it's got adhesive. And we'll see here, as you can see from this new one, we're just going to remove this liner here and stick the new one in. I think this, yep, that's the right side there. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup on the inside of that fender just to make sure I get all that adhesive off, and then we'll show you the finished product. Okay, and in less than 5 minutes, there we go. We got our blacked out marker installed. Looks real slick, real slick. I like the way that looks. So it takes, yeah. Definitely love that.